Hello there and welcome to Linux S2O, and in this Linux beginners tutorial I'm going to show you how you can manage users in a Linux environment. So we will be using the command line to manage the users, but to show you the changes I'm also going to open the graphical user interface so that you can see the live changes. So currently, as you can see, there is only one user, so this is Linux S2O. So I'm going to add a new user in the system. To add a new user, you have to type sudo, then add user, or you can also switch the words. You can type user add as well. So you can use either of these commands, and then the username. So I'm going to call it Mintu. So I'm going to hit enter. This will ask me for the password. I'm going to type in the password, and a new user has been created. Now I have to specify the password for these users. I can type any password I want. It will also ask me some of the information about the user, like its full name. So I will type some details about the user. If you don't want to type, then you can simply skip, and the user has been created. Now this user is not an administrator user, so you can see the option is turned off here. So if you want to add the user into the administrator group, you can do that by typing again sudo, then add user, then the Mintu, and then you can type sudo. So sudo is the super user do group. So if you add a user to the sudo group, that means the user becomes the administrator and it can do any changes to the system. It won't. So currently the user is a standard user, so it cannot modify the system. For example, it cannot install any application, do changes to the system, or remove any application. But if the user becomes the administrator, it can do all such things. So you can here read the little description here. The administrator can add and remove other users and can make changes to the systems and settings for the all users. So I'm going to add these users at the administrator, hit the enter, and you can see the user has been added to the administrator. But if the user is not behaving right, for example, this Mintu is not doing something important, so I can remove this user from the user state. For that, I can type sudo and del user, then username, and I will specify the group, that is sudo. So this way I can remove the user from the privileged group. So you can see it has turned off. Now if you want to, for example, change the password of this user, you can do that. For that, you can type sudo and password, just PASSWD, and the username. This will ask for the password. You can specify the new password and the password is changed. Now if you want to change its details, the details that we had provided here, you can do that as well. For that, you can type sudo and then chfn, then the username, that is Mintu, hit enter, and it will ask the details again. For example, the name is not correct, so I can type the correct name. I can also specify the other information, for example, the right number, the mobile number, or other information. So the details are updated now, and if you don't need the user anymore, then you can delete the user as well. To delete the user, you can type sudo, then del user, and then hyphen remove, hyphen again, then home, and then the username, that is Mintu. I can change the user that way. So the user is removed now. So that way we can manage the users using the command line, and you can also do the same using the graphical interface. So for example, here is the settings application. So this can be different in different Linux systems, but the functionality will be the same. You have to open the settings application, then go to the users, and here we had created the username as Sid. So I'm going to unlock this section and I'm going to type in the password. So here is the newly created user. So I can also modify the user from here. For example, if I want to make it an administrator, I can make the administrator using this switch button here, and I can also change its password from here, and I can also see its activities here. I can change its information from here. I can apply amaze also from here, and the basic information. And if I want to make this user to log in automatic, I can do that as well. And if I don't want these users to be in the system anymore, then I can simply remove the user, and I can select keep files or remove files. I'm going to delete all the files, so the user will get deleted. So that way you can do the same thing with the graphical interface as well. So that was the guide on how you can manage users in a Linux environment. I hope you find this video helpful and informative. If you did, then don't forget to subscribe to our channel, hit that like button, and I'll catch you in the next one. Till then, take care, keep enjoying Linux.